Hi, my name is Scott Thorson. I am with Bella Familia Pizza out of Sacramento, California. I have had one of Joseph's ovens since April '08. Getting my oven to now has been just a great journey. I was terrified the day this thing came off the trailer. I had seen pictures and kind of knew what I was getting into, but just mortified when it finally, oh crap, here it is. Now I have to do something with it. First catering jobs, nervous as heck. You know, catering for 30 people and bringing 50 dough balls, having no idea what food costs were, any of that stuff. The journey of getting to this point has been a lot of fun, and you've been a great resource. Other people in the Fire Within community have been a great resource. It's everything and more than I thought it was going to be, including fun and just allow me the financial freedom in my family that I was looking for. It was definitely a learning curve at the beginning because there weren't any trailers. Nobody knew what hardly any mobile food was, let alone mobile wood-fired pizza. So there was definitely a learning curve for the public, and in trying to get my awareness out there and let them know that we can make amazing products out of, you know, a pop-up tent and an oven. Nowadays, with as many as there are, and the whole mobile food movement, you know, that's worked for us, and it's brought a lot of recognition to what we do. But because so many of the trucks now are gourmet, they're expecting really high quality product out of what we do, and reaching to people, you know, with a single Facebook post to say here we are tonight, and knowing that's going to bring 100 customers by just sending out a tweet. Whereas 5 years ago, I couldn't get anybody to look at me. A lot higher, as well as there's just more ovens. You know, I was one of a very small amount in our area, and there's a large amount of ovens in our area, but that actually works, I think, for us because it brings awareness of the whole mobile pizza movement, and I've been able to set myself apart from the rest of those, so that helps me. But I almost like the fact that there's a lot of people doing it because it makes people aware to what we're doing. Look at McDonald's in Boulder. I don't know how many there are, but they may not all be owned by the same franchise. So just getting the name of your product out there, or of the product, helps, and then it's up to you to distinguish yourself from your competitors. But anything that gets out, any mobile food out there is good. Well, they're both can be answered with the same thing. Because you are your own boss, that's one of the best advantages. If you don't want to work on a Tuesday, you just, I never say, oh, I'm not going to work today. I always say I'm already booked, so it makes the person seem like, you know, I've got something going on. On the flip side, this is new enough, and because I am my own boss, I've never been my own marketing person. I don't know how to be my own accountant. I don't know how to be my own financial advisor. And so I've been humbled in coming here and learning that I need to get those people around me and start building more of that skill set inside myself to make myself grow. Yeah. It's been invaluable. Being your first one, I didn't really know what to expect in coming in, but I thought it would be a lot more of just open conversations between all of us, and there's been a fair amount of that, but I've really enjoyed the structure to it, and you bringing in a financial person to talk to us, and you know, bringing Carl in to talk about maintenance on the trailers and those kind of things. It's absolutely invaluable because you just realize how much of your business you don't know, and you can't do everything. And if my biggest takeaway out of this is realizing I need to step back a small bit in what I do and put a team around me and help me go further. But it took coming here to realize that. That was probably really humbling because I learned I really don't have one when it comes to what the true meaning in a marketing sense of a brand is. I'm a guy that goes and makes what I consider great pizzas. My customer likes great pizzas. I've thought that's my brand, but that's not my brand. That's what I do. And that's going to take some soul searching here. You know, I mean, it's really pushed. I need to come up with that, and that will probably be my takeaway on the flight home. Is I've got a couple hours of chew time, and that's I need to decide that, because without that, I can't decide then how to market that and grow that and make it go forward. I would put customer service and oven skills were my two highest. My most challenging were definitely marketing and finance was actually my lowest, the financial portion of it. I do very well. I sell a lot of pizzas, I cater a lot of parties, I make a lot of money, and I need to get a better handle of that and make the money work for me versus just bringing it in and pushing it out. It is every day I wake up and I absolutely love what I do. And even last week I had this conversation with someone. I still consider this a hobby. I've been doing this full time for 4 years, but this is my hobby. I love it. I don't aspire to open a brick and mortar, because I think at that point, personally right now where I'm at, then that becomes a job. And I don't want a job. I don't want to be beholden to paying a mortgage on a certain date and having to sell this many pizzas on a rainy Thursday in January to make my utility bill. So it's a hobby. I love waking up and doing what I do every day. To the current owners, I would say push yourself. Get outside of your comfort zone. Try and view yourself as your customers see you. That's something I learned as well, is I think I know what my business looks like, but I don't know how my customers perceive me, and that's something I really want to work on. So don't stay static in what you're doing. Push yourself in every way you can, financially and marketing and branding and all of that. To those that are getting into it, it's an amazing amount of freedom. If that's your type of personality and you want to get into this, it's also an amazing amount of work, and make sure you're prepared for that. It's a lot of fun. I don't consider it work, but you're not just going to go somewhere, set your tent up and sell a ton of pizzas. There's a lot that goes behind that, and that was something I wasn't prepared for. And I actually ended up finding I enjoy almost the behind the scenes much more than showtime, selling at a market. And you can push your business as far as you want and do whatever you want. The value in this community is the fact that we're all here. I bought my oven 6 years ago, and there's people that, I don't know the age of when everybody got their ovens here, but we're all together. We're all family. We all communicate with each other. You weren't just somebody that sold me a widget and I never heard from again. We are all a cohesive family and a community. It truly is. As we've discussed, we're all from different parts of the country, but we have so many similarities in what we do and the struggles we're having and the joys and successes we have. And that's something that you've propagated and pushed along in your business, but also have instilled in all of us. It's not just I'm buying something and goodbye, see ya. You can see it on your face. You get equally as excited when we tell you about our successes, and you shake your head with us when we have failures. And that's very telling of the community you've strived to create. I think I am. I go back to one story that touched me about 2 years ago, and that's something you never know when you're selling somebody a pizza. You don't know what their backstory is. You don't know what kind of day they have, what they come from. And I've actually got two real quick ones. One is there's a father who used to come every Saturday with his two daughters, and still does. And he shared once on how he and his wife were going through a horrible divorce, and the only time he gets his kids is to bring them to the farmer's market on a Saturday, and he looks forward every week to coming and having our pizza because that's his time. Now, to me, this guy was just a guy that ordered a pepperoni and 2 cheeses. But to him, we were his solace for an hour with his children as he was going through this. And that almost brings you to tear. And another one was a woman who was dying of cancer, and she was in hospice, and the only time she got out were the final 4 weeks on Saturday to come to the farmer's market. And we brought a table and a chair, and she would sit there and eat her pizza with her couple friends. And she passed away, and her friends all came and said she wanted us to do her memorial. And that almost brings, oh my God, how does it feel? To have an impact on somebody who's dying, and the thing they looked forward to was coming to have your food and spend time with their friends on a Saturday. How do you describe that? So it was a no-brainer when they said, would you come to the memorial and serve pizza? So you have no idea what people are going through. And so as a customer walks up, it's not just, here's a pizza, goodbye. It might be to some, but to some people it's not.